Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Margaret Lin. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi volunteers in China's Guangxi, Nanning care for solitary seniors and do cleaning for them. 90-year-old Hong-Wang Jiao decides to join the Tzu Chi family after visiting the Jing Si Abode by chance. People overseas who have received help from Tzu Chi pray for the quake victims in Hualien, Taiwan. In China, Tzu Chi once again headed to Guangdong Dongguan to care for new individuals that have been reported by local governments. Meanwhile, the volunteers also braved the snow to hold the winter egg distribution in Jiangsu Siyang. In a low temperature of -6 degrees Celsius in Jiangsu Siyang, everyone's cap and clothes have been covered by snow. Tzu Chi volunteers braved the wind and snow to prepare for a winter egg distribution. But before this, they warmed up with some exercise. Volunteers carefully helped the grandmother remove the snow on her cap. The volunteer hugs the grandma tightly and gives local residents an outlet to vent their emotions.
We feel sad staying at home, but seeing you treat us like this, we feel very happy.
We wish you a happy new year. You must be happy though you've lived alone. You must be happy, okay?
6-year-old Xie Yuheng also joins the volunteers to serve people in need.
I feel very happy being able to volunteer at the event today. I'm happy because I see all the children and parents smiling.
People from Taiwan came here and they are not afraid of coldness and hardships. They gave us great care and help. We thank you for your help.
Although their faces and noses are almost frozen, a warm current of love fills their hearts. This love also expands to the household in Guangdong Dongguan's Daojiao town, where Tzu Chi volunteers have made a visit. 64-year-old Feng Guicai had a stroke more than 10 years ago. She has mobility problems and is unable to speak. She is a solitary senior as her 3 children don't live with her. Tzu Chi volunteers have been accompanying the impoverished families in this town for 4 years.
It's not easy to build up this friendship, as it has taken us many years. Thanks for your perseverance and love.
With the support of local government officials, new cases have been reported in 2018. Volunteers will visit these underprivileged individuals and continue their charity work in this community. After Tzu Chi hosted winter egg distributions across China, local volunteers have continued to show their care. In Guangxi, Nanning, volunteers visited solitary seniors in the village and helped the locals in need do cleaning, so that they can all be ready for the Lunar New Year.
After the winter aid distribution in Guangxi province, Nanning Tzu Chi volunteers started their revisits. Li Zhi, her grandpa, lives by himself for years without beds to sleep on or wheelchairs to go out. Volunteers bring them both this time. After solving their grandpa's sleeping problem, volunteers also help to fix the old lighting circuit. They also bring him rosin for string maintenance, knowing that the grandpa loves to play erhu.
I'll come by to listen to you play erhu and sing along when I have time, and we'll have a happy new year.
After singing together to warm up each other, volunteers share simple snacks and accompany the grandpa for a delightful lunchtime.
We'll give you Tzu Chi's Jing Si aphorisms, so when you have time you can read them, okay? And we wish you great health.
Grandpa Li doesn't have any children, so he is all alone. The visit from the volunteers at least gave him some family warmth.
In the afternoon, volunteers come to the Ling family. The father, Ling Han-kun, has mental illness and he has to take care of a pair of children. The messy living environment made the volunteers feel for them.
This is a bag of raindrops. If it stays there, then the water will fall and split on the bed accidentally.
In order for the Ling family to have a fresh new year, volunteers helped them to do a house cleaning and organize everything in and out of the house.
I hope that the next time we come, we'll see that your house is much cleaner than this time after we clean it for you, okay?
Before they leave, volunteers hugged the two children closely and reminded them to learn to be independent so that their father can spare less worries on them.
Let's turn our camera to Taiwan. An elderly couple from New Taipei's Banqiao are both Tzu Chi volunteers, and they are in 80s. Despite old age, they work very hard to run their small business selling pan-fried buns. They always save the money they earn to do good deeds. They said, being able to help people in need is their greatest fortune. After I get up at 3:30 every morning, I help my husband knead the dough. After this, I may start to prepare breakfast.
Now we run a small business selling pan-fried buns. We feel content every day. Even though we are already in our 80s, we still have energy and strength to do a lot of work each day.
I came into contact with Tzu Chi in 1990. After learning from my neighbor that Master Zheng Yan was going to build a hospital, I started to donate wards and hospital beds in the name of my son.
I got to know Sister Chen Zhao because I bought pan-fried buns from her. There were some books in front of her stall. I took a look and found the books were Tzu Chi Monthly. The stall owner looked at me and told me that I could bring one of them back home. Inside the Tzu Chi Monthly were many good deeds, which touched me. It was when I decided to help people in need.
After joining Tzu Chi, my husband has been very supportive. He has also improved his temperament as he doesn't lose temper easily.
I told my wife that since we are already in our 80s, we still have the energy and strength to work. We should be thankful for the work we have done each day.
Mom and Dad live a frugal life. They may reuse the water as long as the water can be reused.
My children are very supportive of our deeds. Whenever they are off work or on vacations, they will always help us make pan-fried buns. They have no chance to go out and play.
In life, we should have a goal. When they set a goal at the time, I felt quite happy for them. They've been working very hard to achieve it. They deserve it.
We have been working the whole year and saved the money we earned to help the less fortunate people. Since we are still healthy, we do what we can to help others. Next, we meet a couple who are dedicated to the media volunteers. Lin Zhongxin lives in Taipei's Beitou, and he underwent heart stent surgery in 2005. While battling with his illness, he watched Daai TV programs and was inspired. After being certified as a Tzu Chi volunteer 6 years ago, he and his wife have both dedicated themselves to documenting Tzu Chi stories, hoping to inspire other people.
For Lin Zhongxin, recording videos used to be work, but it has become a mission. In 2005, he underwent a heart stent surgery, and Daai TV programs healed him spiritually.
If you have not calmed your mind, then even if you do not have any heart stents, you'd feel scared. Therefore, my conclusion is we need to cultivate our minds. Without peace of mind, we cannot feel at ease.
Bai Xuelan, who writes Tzu Chi stories, used to be Lin's colleague. After they got married, they have both become dedicated Tzu Chi media volunteers.
We've been inspired by other people's work in the past. Therefore, if we can make a short film mindfully and inspire other people, we've achieved our goal.
作用。
At the large events, media volunteers need to work with many partners operating video cameras, and therefore they need to become well-rounded and thoughtful.
你的心啊，往往都会被这些工作的复杂度啊。
Your thoughts might be influenced by the complexity of the work or interpersonal relationships, but we Tzu Chi volunteers can quickly reflect upon ourselves and solve the problem.
马上就化解，就包容了。
As the couple works together to spread wholesome stories, they're also passing on Dharma teachings. Nevertheless, they also benefit from the experience.
90-year-old Hong-Wang Jiao decided to join the Tzu Chi family after she once visited the Jing Si Abode by chance when she was young. To be able to read sutras, she looks up the words she doesn't know in the dictionary almost every day. Besides doing recycling, she also served as one of the team leaders of Tzu Chi activities. Here's more.
Oh, thank you.
My parents joined Tzu Chi by chance. When they once went on a trip together, the taxi driver suggested them visit the Jing Si Abode. After witnessing the devotion of Dharma masters, they decided to join Tzu Chi when returning home.
In the past, I had my granddaughter sit in the baby stroller while I pick up recyclables. I had to go many rounds a day and collected recycled papers while pushing her.
It was very hot. Although I felt for her, actually she felt very happy by doing recycling. So we have been very supportive of her.
Since I had the courage, I agreed to take on the task. Just do it. I always remember the phone numbers of people whom I keep in touch with frequently. We call on each other through phones. If we have contacts in the phone, then we will use app line to send text messages. This is something that we cannot do by ourselves, but we should work together to complete it.
Every community volunteer told me that they have been inspired by Wang Jiao's selfless devotion, so they're willing to spare their time doing recycling to protect planet Earth.
生命中蕴含得无限善意。
10 years ago, I once studied as the supplementary school of an elementary school. When I encountered words that I didn't understand, I might look them up in the dictionary. Even when I wore glasses, I still couldn't see the words clearly, so I used the magnifying glass. After picking up the words, I learned to sing. After learning to sing, I learned the sign language.
感謝你，感謝你，感謝你所做的一切。
40 years of age is still young. The master always says it's not old. In the aftermath of the massive earthquake that struck Hualien, Taiwan on February 6th, overseas Tzu Chi volunteers seized every occasion to pray for the affected residents. In Turkey, refugee children who have received Tzu Chi's assistance not only pray for Taiwan, they also make donations to pay back the love they have received.
Upon learning that eastern Taiwan was struck by a massive earthquake, the teachers and students at Manahal Primary and Secondary School prayed for Taiwan in the morning.
A massive earthquake struck Hualien. We are far away and cannot do anything for them, so we just pray for them.
The children pray holding the coin banks given to them by Tzu Chi volunteers. They are ready to donate to reciprocate the love from Taiwan.
I feel very sad learning that their earthquake struck Taiwan. With our religious belief, we need to reciprocate people's kindness.
At Tzu Chi's kindergarten in Johor Bahru, the children watch the videos of the earthquake and pray for the affected residents.
I feel very sad because their houses have collapsed and they have no food.
My heart goes out to them, seeing they suffer in such cold weather. I hope everyone can quickly recover.
For people in Malaysia, earthquake seldom takes place. Nevertheless, they sympathize with the affected residents.
We dialysis patients can only pray and adopt a vegetarian diet for a day to dedicate the merits to those in the disaster areas.
At Malacca Jing Si Abode, the volunteers and Tzu Chi chapter staff also pray for Taiwan during their lunch break. The children in Sichuan have also suffered from earthquakes. At Tzu Chi Middle School in Luoshui, the students write down their best wishes for the affected residents in Taiwan.
With the Lunar New Year approaching, many are looking forward to family reunions. Unfortunately, many elderly people are physically unable to clean their homes. For this reason, the medical staff of the Guangxi Tzu Chi Hospital lends their supports for local seniors.
This house, both inside and outside, are full of debris. An elderly grandma and a son with a physical disability live here. A group of volunteers turned up to help clean this house.
I'm very happy and quite moved. I would not know where to start if I had to do it myself. I don't know how to organize as I'm tired after collecting recyclables.
The Kadadan tribal village in Guangxi Township, Taidong County, is where many elderly people live alone. For this reason, Guangxi Tzu Chi Hospital medical staff volunteered, taking time off from their busy schedules and free time to help these elderly people enjoy a better Lunar New Year.
We took out the garbage and some of the useless things and cleaned the home. I hope that this allows them to enjoy a better Lunar New Year.
After cleaning the house, volunteers also posted spring couplets for the upcoming Lunar New Year and also presented gifts to these elderly people. With little time to rest, they go to another care recipient's home to check on their health. Making a 90-degree bow to these recipients, these medical staff are graciously presenting winter supplies to those in need, as well as delivering warm blessings to fill their hearts during the cold winter.
Tzu Chi also mobilized more than 20 volunteers to help a 93-year-old solitary man living in Wanghua, Taipei, to clean his home, hoping to allow him to better enjoy the Lunar New Year. Before helping the senior clean his home, volunteers ensure that they do not undermine his normal habits. Mr. Wei is 93 years old and has been living alone for many years. Volunteers have come to give him a New Year gift.
I haven't cleaned my home for 5 years. Yes, for 5 years, because I haven't been able to do so.
Mr. Wei's words reveal the helplessness of living alone. On this day, more than 20 volunteers worked very hard to help Wei clean his home, just like the way they would clean their own homes. 9th grader Xie Yijie uses her winter break to join the cleanup efforts with her mother.
We also came here to learn from Tzu Chi brothers and sisters how to clean. After we return home, we can also clean our home in a good way. Serving those in need is really a very fortunate thing.
Volunteers put cleaning tools aside and brush the bathroom mindfully with their hands, hoping to give Mr. Wei a refreshing environment.
By brushing it this way, 80% of the dirt can be brushed off. If you really want to brush it as clean as if it was a new one, you may have to brush it one more time.
Volunteers work mindfully to clean the dirt in the bathroom, which has accumulated for many years. They have also spent their own money to buy paint so as to repaint the kitchen.
The kitchen countertop has been cleaned, but the white wall above is still black. Let me paint here so that it won't be a waste of time devoting ourselves to cleaning. Otherwise, the dirty wall looks as if it has never been cleaned.
After the cleanup, volunteers have also brought Mr. Wei some winter supplies, hoping to allow him to better enjoy the Lunar New Year. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, 80-year-old Lian Tan Sin is a recycling volunteer at the Jinjiang Tzu Chi recycling station. He is also a Tzu Chi care recipient. Since July of last year, he goes to the recycling station every day, rain or shine. His devotion to recycling keeps him young. He rides his bike every day to a restaurant to have breakfast, and his next stop is the recycling station. This is the everyday life of 80-year-old Lian Tan Sin.
Knowing that I don't have a job, the Tzu Chi sister brought me to do recycling. It's too boring sitting at home the whole day. As long as I have free time, I will come here.
The recycling station opens only 3 days a week, but Mr. Leon insists on coming here to do recycling every day, even at night.
Doing recycling is good for our health. Sometimes when I am at home, I may feel very bored and I don't do exercise. People my age must exercise because it keeps us healthy.
Volunteers at the recycling station saw him come here very often, but sometimes he didn't have the key to enter the station, so we copied a key for him. This way he may come to the station at any time. So basically he comes to the station every day. I can see he has great willpower and he doesn't look old since he's still strong and healthy.
Mr. Leon is a Tzu Chi care recipient who lives alone at a house he has rented. Recycling is the most important thing in his life.
It's usually difficult to start with the work at the beginning. I have 4 types of papers to sort, including waste paper, cardboard, black and white paper, as well as newspaper.
The sunshine smile and the cheerful mood keep the senior young forever. Also in Malaysia, Penang Tzu Chi Dialysis Center invited dialysis patients and volunteers to weave reusable baskets for care recipients. In addition, volunteers and dialysis patients worked together to make bread to be given to the attendees of the year-end blessing ceremony.
They use a Jing Si foodstuff to make the bread so it has no chemicals.
We use Jing Si foodstuff for every ingredient. The foodstuff uses no chemicals. Everything was made with healthy materials.
Penang Tzu Chi Dialysis Center is holding annual year-end blessing ceremonies, so the dialysis patients and the volunteers are making 3,600 loaves of bread and also turn recycled paper into baskets.
We used the packing paper for Jing Si produce. The paper became useless, so we make them into baskets. We had to learn how to do it. In the beginning, our hands would become painful because we repeat our movements every day, so the hands would become painful. But after making them for a while, it has become very easy.
We also hope that the care recipients will become delighted when they receive this present, and they can also become volunteers.
The invisible blessing is passed forward to care recipients through these tangible presents.
Tzu Chi volunteers collected second-hand clothes from their families and friends to be given to foreign fishermen who work in澎湖, Taiwan, hoping to keep them warm in the cold winter. We will leave you with these images. See you next week.